Hi guys, just really happy to see you here today. I know it's a little bit weird to wear on a pajama to record a YouTube video, especially it is your first video on YouTube. But regardless the clothes I'm wearing on, I think today's topic I want to share with you guys is really meaningful, especially I think for those people who um, are looking for some tips or looking for some experience um, for the MBA application should be especially meaningful to you guys. So let's getting started. And honestly, I'm not a person who are good at a constructive presentation. So to make this conversation more structurally, I will outline my MBA application process into four stage. Firstly, and then I will elaborate each stage with you guys and sharing my personal experience. I will provide some tips for you to prepare this for stage. Maybe you can, according to your personal situation, to plan your personal MBA application. I would like to describe my application as a four tasks stage. The first stage is your examination preparation. Honestly, it's really very important, but also time consuming. And the second stage for me is to settle down my target school, and this is also very important. So, choose a MBA project which is matched with your personal profile, especially your future life and career goal. It's really a very important stage because we have to do a lot of research and other stuff. And the third stage is to prepare your essay. And trust me, for me, this is the most tough period in this four-stage task. It's really horrible. But after this stage, you will find that you learn yourself a lot, and also it will give you an even more clear picture to see your MBA, to see your personal choice both in the past and future. And the final stage, and obviously it's the interview stage to prepare your interview. So let's get started into the first stage is the examination preparation. Okay, generally, to apply a top MBA program, you have to pass two exams. I used the word pass, but actually there is no specific definition to pass during your MBA application. Pass, but from my perspective, pass means you should beat a higher score. Above than the average level to a target score. It's my understanding of pass. So you have to pass two exams. One is TOEFL and one is GMAT. And those two types of English tests are totally different. As I know, TOEFL is a English examination just to purely test your ability in using English in your daily life. It measure your ability in reading, speaking. I think it's writing and listening. So for this test, for me, I spent almost 2 months to prepare it and to beat my target score. And I remember twice, yeah. So before to start prepare your examination, especially TOEFL, I think it's important for you to understand your English level firstly. Like me, I am a master of psychology, and I think I remember that my CET score was 550 points. I think it's just a mediocre level among the people who have a bachelor degree. And after work, I did not, read much English articles or remember a lot of words. But I think it's one of the benefits from my job is I worked in a multinational company, and most of my colleagues they come from abroad, so my working environment is I think it's a little bit diversity, and people usually use English as working language. So it's I think it's why the reason that I just prepare 2 months to pass my TOEFL examination. And my way to handle it is just to remember the words as much as you can, because TOEFL has a lot of advanced words which are not familiar to us. Those words are not usually appear in our daily life, so you have to remember them. And also, I am a working lady, not lady, woman. Yeah, I'm not a full-time. I'm not full-time to do these things to prepare the exam. So usually I use my spare time, the morning time on the tram or subway to remember those words. And after work, I will do a lot of exercise on the different components in TOEFL examination. So 2 months, I beat my target score. Okay, to talk a little bit more about GMAT, it is a totally different examination from TOEFL. As I mentioned before, TOEFL is a English test to measure your English skills and using English in a daily basis. But GMAT, it is English test which measure your intelligence. I think if I understand this right, it's just my perspective, because GMAT, it's focused on to testing the people's ability in reasoning, in logic, and critical thinking, and your way of handling tasks and questions. So that's also the reason that why most business schools choose GMAT. The score of GMAT as one criteria during their SIFT process. So trust me, beat the score as high as you can, at least over the average level of the school. Maybe some people will argue that, oh, I know some guys, they did not have a high GMAT and TOEFL scores, but they still received offer from those top business schools. I know, and I also know people who like this. But actually, just from my personal experience and understanding, those people are not the majority, they are the minority. Usually they really have a fancy professional background. They have a really strong personal stories which can reflect on their essay. Those components somehow can help compensate their lose in the score. But honestly, those are the minority. They're not the majority. For the people like me, just a common people, I highly recommend you to try your best and do your best to beat the score as high as you can, because we all know that MBA is really costly and exquisite. A higher score will also help you to apply a range of scholarship, because the scholarship always depends on your academic performance. So for the examination, spend a little bit more time to know your level in English, and then according to this, firstly to find your weakness, and then spend a little bit more time to improve it. So for me, I spent a whole year to pass that GMAT examination. Different with those people who just try a couple of times, 1 to 2 times, they have beat a high score. I'm not a person like this. I put a lot of efforts to achieve my dream score on this examination. My way to work on it is I do a lot of exercise on each component. I record all of those wrong items and review the answer and re-practice those wrong items thousands of times to make sure that my logic, my way of thinking, and my way of solving those problems are on the right track to make it like some muscle memory. And this will really help for to facilitate your process during the examination, and also can help to increase your accuracy.
And I also want to say that do some mock exercises very important before you take in the real examination, GMAT examination. Those mock exam will help you to familiarize with the format and the time about the real examination. You can find a lot of resource, that mock platform by searching on Google or other search engines. But here I want to remind you guys, most of those platforms, they are not for free. They will charge you, or I think it's not very cheap. It's expensive, some of them now. So you should to choose your platform, mock platform, more wisely. So back to my previous tips. You need to know your weakness points and to choose those parts, target those parts that you need to improve as fast as you can. Then to choose this resource, they will help you save a lot of money and to make your those behavior or actions more effectively. Okay, I think those are the suggestions from me about the examination. So hope it should a little bit help for you to apply your MBA project.